it is still eye-opening. I have, as you know, I've been in corporate America. I have served one president and under one political affiliation, served another, have done well at the highest level there is. And still, I will run into other executives and say, hey, well, we love to work with you, but we're not sure we can, can you really deliver? We're not sure. And I'll tell you something. Most recently, I ran to an executive of a head of an organization, head of a financial institution, who was more still questioning whether I was able to do the work and working in my capacity for my firm with this entity. And I had to say, listen, did you see my resume?
Right.
Oh, I forgot. I'm African American descent. Is that the challenge here? Because after I looked over your portfolio and looked at your other executives, they don't have half the experience and relationship that I have, but they're working in that capacity. So you're speaking to me in a way, well, can I actually deliver? I can't say that's because of the way that I look. Mm-hmm. But if I had to guess, if I had to guess, I would say it's 9 times out of 10 because of that.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that's even maybe more difficult in this day and age than in maybe past decades, where it was more overt and you knew exactly what it was. Now it's so opaque.
Yes.
And you know that's probably what it is, but it's hidden so well and whatnot that it even puts doubt in your own mind a little bit, right?
It does. I know. I'm so glad you just said that, because that's why it's important to surround yourself with like minds and people who may look like you or who may not look like you, and you talk about these sort of things. We do it a lot in Leadership Atlanta, and I do enjoy being a part of that. I would tell you, Troy, for me, all the folks who I said I was either raised or influenced or mentored by, they are not afraid to speak their tongue. Mm-hmm. And I would tell you, for me, I have probably in most recent times have asked a question like, when do you get past this? Mm-hmm. And I've asked a person in front of me, just blatantly, what is the issue? What is the challenge?
Right.
Is it because of something that you're not familiar with? And I'll put it in a very vague way.
Mm-hmm.
So, I won't call out to say it was because of the way that I look. I'll put it in a very vague way. I'll put it back to them. But what I continually do, Troy, is I listen to music a lot. I listen to a lot of scores of movies, and I listen. I get really encouraged and excited when I hear a great part of the score, and because I'm thinking of myself as a character in that movie that's overcoming great odds. Mm-hmm. So every day I wake up to listening to scores of music. Every day I spend time, as you already know, volunteering to somebody else's efforts or somebody else's development, because I know what it means to go through that. So I'm reminded of it every day. So when I think about giving up and I think about taking a step back, what I do on my daily walk does not allow me to say, hey, I have to give up. It gets hard. It is challenging. I would tell you, it really does. Mm-hmm. But I have to believe that everything that we do is ordained. You and I meeting, we have different circles. We've been in different circles for years, but we didn't meet until you actually were in your role at National Black MBA. Mm-hmm. And we were like, how come we didn't know each other? How come we, but now that we have done that, we've continued to be in a place where we can try to support and to reach out and to pour into each other. And that's what we have to do.
Right.
That's what it really boils down. No matter who you are, no matter what political affiliation you have, no matter what your background is, one thing that I do know that's consistent is that we're here for a reason. Mm-hmm. And we have a job to do. We had to reach our fulfillment of which we were born to make differences in somebody else's life. And we had to do that every single day. Mm-hmm. And some days are great, some days are tougher than the others. But I think at the end, when you look back on it, you just believe that, was it all worth it? Absolutely. And we just had to keep building.
Right.
Yeah.